Well, Coach, no precipitation to speak of, but still a very chilly December day in Philly. Winter coats and hot chocolate abound here at Lincoln Financial Field. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Shot! 120!
Shot 55 to Mike. Pick it up, guys.
Here's Miles Sanders, the rookie second-rounder from Penn State. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here we go. 180! Lefty. Check.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Cowboys and Eagles, of course, such a great rivalry. Last year, the Cowboys got the better of the Eagles both times that they met, with Philly coming off their Super Bowl title. But in weeks 10 and 14, it was Dallas beating Philly by a single possession.
Hey, Ford, Tokyo! Hey, Orbit!
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. And that will be incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Hey, kill! 47, 26.
Here's Prescott to the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the 1st quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
To throw is Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Prescott from the gun. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. A first down throw for Prescott. And on the left side, he's got Witten. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on there heals a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, grab that dagger play, grab that play and just finish him off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 31-yard line.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball? And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brandon Graham racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. It's a first down following a gain of 3. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Now Prescott. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper. His 19th touchdown now of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Mara, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to
As Sanders has it poked free. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, check 13. Check 13. Here we go, 47. Here we go, go to 54, go to 54.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they got it with a 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield. 3rd down here.
Here we go, back. 180. Hey, kill. Hey, 4, kill.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And this is caught by Jackson. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. Forced out to his left. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go. 180. I'm on. Check. Round. 46 down, man. 5-4. 55.
On play action, it's Wentz. Looking for Ertz, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check. Hey, kill. What do you think?
They'll run with Elliott. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Kill. 47.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
Here's Jackson to return. He'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That's a 65-yard punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. This is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey with his 16th touchdown of the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Elliott good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 12, Prescott. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Here's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. 1:52 to play until halftime. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside and have to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field.
And he loses the football the 2nd time. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
The psychology. The game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Prescott on 1st down. Throw left side complete. It's Elliott. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down. Dak Prescott last year against Philly, boy, biggest game of his career passing yardage-wise, 455 yards, 3 touchdowns in a 29-23 December victory over the Eagles. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Prescott rolling to his right. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Here's Elliott. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Now Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Prescott now. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The kick by Maher is good. Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move. The Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year. Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively. But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself. Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Wins. Being chased out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DeMarcus Lawrence, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Going for the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try to hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Check safety, check safety. Jim.
There we go, kill.
Prescott to throw it. Outright completes it to Jarwin. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll try the sweep with Elliott. 16 yards, a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Eagles' 43-yard line.
Check 53.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He's going to fire one deep over the... This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing now is Wentz. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Shotgun now for Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up any.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Under 10. Under 10. 10. Kill. Check.
26. Go. Get out there. 26.
Again, it's Elliott. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, here we go. 4-8. Hey, kill.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
That's it, buddy. We got one.
They're on 15-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Taco Charlton in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Wentz now to throw. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. A gain there of 21 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And down he goes. Eagles, they bring down Wentz on the sack. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the fourth quarter. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Throwing is Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. To throw is Wentz. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jeff Heath, the strong safety, able to get in there on the coverage. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. You were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Watch twist. 5-9.
Mark 55, Mark 55. Tackles. Mark 55. Let's go.
The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz. Flush to his right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence and Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
Hey, kill. 27, 26.
Showing it.
We're going to 54. Right here. 26.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And Charles, the defender, was there. He just didn't get it.
Sometimes these plays turn into basketball in a sense. With 2 guys going up for the football, which guy's going to box the other away from it and grab it?
Yeah, I know you hear it a lot, but it's just the will to get it, right?
No, without a doubt. The will, as well as a really nice touch on the ball that was thrown.
And some talent, too. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Kill.
57.
Again, it's Howard. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he's into the clear. And down to the 16-yard line. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 16-yard line. And a guy that can change the game, shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense to just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
Wentz going to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. How can you get much more balance than this? Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that?
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. Now Wentz going to lead the Eagles up to go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And some room to run now. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 39 yards there, a big one.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
On second down, Elliott, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
And it's third down.
Here we go. Hey, come on. Hey, let's go. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You got it. Don't be scared.
They go to Elliott again. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
We're going to 53.
They'll run with Pollard. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. And that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up second and goal at the Eagles' 10-yard line.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here.
Here we go. Kill. That's a what? Here we go, 46. 26.
Now Prescott. And that is caught But the back judge right there to say incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. But now it's 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
Switch.
Here's Elliott. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, this is Howard. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. On play action, Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of the ball game that appears lost.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back.
Here we go, Pac-Man. Watch the run. You go
on 1st down, they run with Howard. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Well, the returns for the Cowboys on Leighton Vander Esch have been pretty good so far. You know, a lot of Cowboy Nation questioned when they took him number 19 overall a season ago instead of Calvin Ridley. But Leighton Vander Esch would get 140 tackles last year, franchise rookie record for Dallas en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. From midfield, here's Wentz. And he finds Howard complete. Call it a 1 yard gain on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. On the crossing route, complete. That's Jackson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Incomplete. It's now 3rd down and less than a yard.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're looking at third and a few inches. Now Wentz. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off Byron Jones. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Dallas, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched.